Don't say these 7 sentences after 60. If you want to stay emotionally resilient. Have you ever caught yourself saying something in a moment of frustration or doubt, only to feel a little heavier afterward? Maybe it was a quick comment about your age or a sigh about how things used to be. As we move into our 60s and beyond, those words can linger, not just in the air but in our hearts, shaping how we feel about ourselves and our place in the world. Emotional resilience, our ability to bounce back from life's challenges, becomes more precious than ever in these years. It's what keeps us hopeful, connected, and ready to embrace each day. But here's the thing, some sentences we say, often without thinking, can chip away at that resilience, pulling us into negativity or self-doubt. The good news? We can choose words that lift us up instead. Staying emotionally resilient means nurturing a mindset that helps you face those challenges with strength and grace. Today, we're going to explore 7 sentences you'll want to avoid because they can quietly undermine your emotional strength. These aren't just phrases that affect how others see you, they shape how you see yourself. By swapping them for words that inspire hope and possibility, you'll build a foundation for resilience that carries you through. Let's start with a sentence I've heard and said more times than I care to admit: I'm too old to change. It's so easy to let this slip out, isn't it? Maybe your grandkids are trying to teach you a new app, or a friend suggests joining a yoga class, and you laugh, I'm too old to change. I said this once when my daughter encouraged me to try meditation to ease my stress. I thought I was just being realistic, but the moment I said it, I felt a pang of defeat, like I was closing a door on myself. That sentence doesn't just brush off a suggestion, it reinforces a belief that you're past the point of growth. The truth is, our brains are wired to learn and adapt at any age. Saying, I'm too old to change limits your potential and can make setbacks feel heavier because you've already decided you can't grow through them. Instead, try something like, this is new for me, but I'm open to giving it a try. It's a small shift, but it keeps your mind flexible and hopeful. Now, let's move to another sentence that can sneak into our thoughts, especially when life feels overwhelming: I've messed everything up. This one often comes up after a mistake or a regret, maybe a family argument or a financial decision that didn't pan out. When you say, I've messed everything up, you're painting your life with a broad, negative brush. It amplifies guilt and shame, which can erode your emotional strength by making you feel like you're defined by your failures. Resilience comes from seeing mistakes as part of the journey, not the whole story. Instead, try saying, I made a mistake, but I can learn from this and move forward. This acknowledges the error without letting it define you. Let's keep going, because every word you choose is a step toward a more resilient you. By recognizing them and replacing them with words that spark hope and courage, you're nurturing a mindset that can weather any storm. Let's dive into the next one, a sentence that often slips out when you're feeling stuck: this is just how I am. Oh, I've said this one before. Maybe you have too, like when a friend points out that you've been a bit short-tempered lately, or your spouse suggests you try a new hobby to lift your mood. It's tempting to shrug and say, this is just how I am, as if your personality or habits are set in stone. The problem with this is just how I am is that it locks you into a fixed identity. It tells your brain, and those around you, that growth isn't possible, which can make challenges feel insurmountable. Emotional resilience thrives on flexibility, on believing you can adapt and evolve, even in small ways. Saying this sentence shuts that door, making it harder to bounce back from setbacks because you've convinced yourself you can't change. Instead, try something like, I've been feeling this way lately, but I'm working on it. This acknowledges where you are while leaving room for growth. Now, let's talk about a sentence that can creep in when you're reflecting on the past: if only I had done things differently. This one often surfaces when you're thinking about missed opportunities or regrets, maybe a career choice, a relationship, or even how you raised your kids. I said this once while looking through old photos, thinking about a job I didn't take years ago. The words felt heavy, like I was carrying a suitcase full of what-ifs that dragged me down. That sentence doesn't just keep you stuck in the past, it fuels regret, which can eat away at your emotional strength by making you feel like your life could have been better if only you'd made different choices. When you say, if only I had done things differently, you're focusing on what can't be changed, which steals energy from the present moment. Resilience is about embracing where you are now and finding meaning in it, not dwelling on roads not taken. Instead, try saying, "I've learned so much from my past, and I'm grateful for where I am today." This reframes your story with gratitude and purpose. Let's tackle one more sentence that can slip out when you're feeling low. "I don't have anything left to offer." This one can hit hard, especially if you're retired, dealing with health issues, or feeling less involved in family or community life. I said this once after missing a volunteer event due to a bad knee, feeling like I was no longer useful. But the moment I said it, I felt smaller, like I was erasing all the wisdom and love I still bring to the table. Saying "I don't have anything left to offer" diminishes your worth and can make you feel disconnected, which undercuts the resilience you need to stay engaged with life. You have so much to give: your stories, your perspective, your kindness, no matter your age or circumstances. Instead, try saying, "I have so much experience to share, even in small ways." This reminds you of your value and keeps you connected. Let's dive into the next one. A sentence that can feel like a reflex when life feels heavy: "Nothing ever goes right for me." This one often pops up when you're hit with a string of challenges, maybe a health setback, a family misunderstanding, or even just a day where everything seems to go wrong. I said this once after a week of doctor's appointments, a broken water heater, and an argument with a friend. It felt like the universe was against me, and those words just spilled out. But the moment I said them, I felt even more defeated, like I was trapped in a cycle of bad luck. That sentence doesn't just express frustration, it paints your entire life as a series of failures, which can crush your resilience by making you feel like hope is out of reach. When you say "nothing ever goes right for me," you're training your mind to focus on the negative, ignoring the moments of joy or success that are still part of your story. Resilience grows when you acknowledge challenges but also look for light, even in small ways. Instead, try saying, "Things are tough right now, but I've gotten through hard times before, and I'll find a way." This gives you permission to feel the struggle while reminding you of your strength. Now, let's talk about one final sentence that can sneak into your thoughts, especially when you're comparing yourself to others: "I'll never be as good as them." This one can hit when you see someone your age who seems more active, successful, or put together, maybe a friend who's traveling the world or a neighbor who's still running marathons. I felt this when I saw an old colleague posting ABO small, like my own life didn't measure up. Saying "I'll never be as good as them" fuels comparison, which is a thief of joy and resilience. It shifts your focus to what you lack, making it harder to appreciate your own unique strengths and journey. Emotional resilience comes from celebrating who you are, not measuring yourself against others. Instead, try saying, "I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm still growing in my own way." This honors your path and keeps you grounded in your worth. What I love about this journey is how simple it is to shift your words and, with them, your mindset. Your words are a reflection of your inner strength, and in your golden years, they deserve to shine. Every time you speak with intention, you're reminding yourself and the world that you're capable, valuable, and ready to face whatever comes next. Which of these sentences hit home for you? Maybe you've caught yourself saying one and didn't realize how it was holding you back. Leave a comment below and share what you're talking away or how you'll use these tips to nurture your resilience. If this video has inspired you, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more ways to live with strength and joy. I'll see you in the next video.